Hey everyone, my name is Titanic, and welcome back to another episode on the Titancraft Season 10 server. Today marks day 3 of uploading, and the last of this current daily streak, because I have to guarantee miss tomorrow. Yay! But the school year is almost done. I've made like marginal progress today on what I need to get done for the school year. Not going as well as I wanted because my Memorial Day weekend ended up being eaten by actual like life stuff that isn't, you know, school. But it kind of leaves me in a pickle for school, so wish me luck. The next day and a half to 2 days is going to be basically miserable, push me to my max, and probably make me want to fall off a cliff, so there's that. Oh boy. Look. Okay. Anyways. So, since the last episode, I have made a discovery. We have an unexpected neighbor. Over here. Let's see if my chunk's so low. The server is kind of lagging. We've had a bit more people on today than in a while, but, Sewage is gonna be building a mega base over here, apparently, too. Oh, let's see. Claimed by Sewageunknown. Okay, is like supposed to be the property line, maybe? I don't know. Or is this actually his base? I'm not quite sure. But Sewage, I guess. Like, I saw the screenshot he posted of something earlier, and I saw the coordinates. I'm like, isn't that like right next to my base? And I'm like, oh yeah, it is. So, we have a neighbor. Not a huge deal. I mean, if it was earlier in the season, I'd probably be like nagging, like, my land, But the reality is, even if we extend the season has less than 100 days to go. There's no way I have time to expand over a 300 block area, like 500-600 block area. We're quite a ways from my house, but yeah. So we have a neighbor. That's kind of fun, I guess. As you can see, I have a little safety platform up there now, so when I'm tabbed out of my game working on stuff, I actually don't have to worry about dying out here. Previously I had to run all the way back to spawn and go sit in my storage room, because that was my previous, like, safe space. Oh, and Sewage put a no above my claim by Titanic. How nice. So yeah, today's episode's gonna be a lot like the previous two, and that involves a lot of flattening, and making the plains even more plain. Because what else would I do? How fun. Okay. Here we go. But yeah, so I'm getting close to the finish line for school. I'm very overwhelmed right now. I just don't feel like I have enough time to do everything that needs to be done. It's been a really rough couple of weeks, admittedly. And I'm very glad that I can at least say I'm near the finish line, but these next couple of days mentally are going to be some of the most trying days of my life. And so honestly, I'm not very confident in how much uploading there'll be this week. I wish I could say yay every upload, like every day upload, but yeah, I'm not sure that I'm only gonna miss one day. I mean, if I can get everything done quickly, we should have uploads at full speed by the end of the week. If I don't, things might not pick up until graduation, which really sucks for me. Especially because if I miss most of the days this week, that puts me in a really bad spot for uploading the rest of the season. Because if you do the math, I can't miss many days between now and the end of the season if we want to end on July 22nd. And, you know, get to the big 350 for the season and a total episode 1000, which is still, honestly, quite mind-boggling to think about the fact that we seriously are going to reach the 1000th episode of this Let's Play. I mean, honestly, it's just crazy. When we started Titancraft, I mean, I honestly thought we were going to make it a long ways. Like, I was thinking 3 to 5 seasons, like, few hundred episodes, probably would get a big group by the end of it all. I mean, actually, the big group thing took longer than I ever anticipated. And I think I also at the beginning, I expected a little bit more success in terms of YouTube. But over time, I've kind of grown to the point where I'm like, you know what? with the style of content I'm doing and the modern atmosphere of YouTube, the odds of my channel exploding off of something like this, just close to zero. And so I've kind of taken it more of I've taken more of a stance of like, let's do what I enjoy with the series. Let's really try to like make this a memory book of the best moments of the Titancraft saga. And I've really liked doing it that way. I think it's made the series way more enjoyable for me. I think it's given the series a whole new purpose. I mean, I've documented now almost 6 years of my life in this game. And I mean, obviously through these commentaries, I've talked about so many things outside of just Minecraft. And so, like, the evolution of me is evident over the course of this long series. And I love that so much. And I wouldn't give that up. And so that's why I definitely feel that Titancraft has been successful on YouTube, even if they're, I guess even if the subscribers and the views on the series have never been insane. Because I have had people ask me about, like, why do you put so much effort into a series that never has taken off? And I will say, because I enjoy it. I have loved doing it. I think I've had a great run at archiving memories and making the most of a really long series, and so I mean, I guess we had that one point where we intended on stopping and we didn't, and now we're finally getting to another stopping point. But I mean, I'm so glad that we've done this. I have no regret with it at all. I mean, there's days where I regret investing my life into my PC so much, and I wish I would have done like this and that differently, but like, in overall, like, going beyond like the act of starting to play video games, like, in terms of my online life, this was the best decision I ever made, and I'm so glad I've done YouTube for all these years. I'm so glad I decided to stick with YouTube, even when I considered bringing Titancraft back without YouTube during some of the middle seasons. I mean, during this during the 3 failed seasons, 6 through 8, I really considered a bunch of scenarios. I thought about dropping YouTube. I thought about just dropping Titancraft as a whole. Like, I ran through so many scenarios, because I just didn't know what to do. I wasn't getting any traction, and like, it wasn't just the series side of things. Like, we were run down at that point in life. The interest in the project wasn't very big, and so things really did get turned around with time. I don't know. So, getting to episode 1000 is going to be a huge deal, and as I said a bit ago, like, never thought we'd make it this far. To actually be on the doorstep of 1000, I mean, I think the first time I ever thought of hitting episode 1000 seriously in a Let's Play was probably, like, Season 3 or 4, and I thought, in, like, my wildest dream, I'd have, like, a crazy Let's Play as if I became this massive YouTuber or something. And because at the time, Season 5 was meant to be the last season, and so, like, at that point, I would have been probably around episode 200 total, and it's like, I mean, besides the fact that I was only 20% of the way here, I mean, I was never gonna go past, let's see, we were never gonna go past episode 500, and Season 5 was gonna be the end there, and so, I mean, also when we came back and I started casually live streaming and doing a few episodes, I mean, at the end of Season 8, we were on episode 535, and I still remember it so well. I think the first person I told about this idea, I think, was Winter. Very early on in Titancraft Season 9. I was doing the math, because I was trying to figure out, like, I knew I wanted Season 10 to kick off at the end of the year, or roughly, I mean, the December 28th launch date was picked out pretty early on, to be very honest. I mean, I think I wanted the Saturday between Christmas and New Year to be launch. And so December 28th was a long way picked out, in a January 1st YouTube release. But, I remember I was trying to, like, figure out, okay, how many episodes do I want in the season? I mean, knowing Season 10 is going to be the last, where do I want the series to get? And I was starting to fiddle with math, because I knew at that point already that Season 10 was going to run on YouTube from January 1st of 2020 through July 22nd of this year, 2021. And I remember all of a sudden I'm like, okay, if I do 115 episodes of Season 9 in like a 140-day window or something. I forget what it was. It wasn't a very big window I had to work with. I could get away with having a 350 episode season to turn things around and get to an episode 1000 for a finale. And as soon as I realized that, I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And I remember at the time, I think everybody thought I was out of my mind. I don't think anybody believed I could pull it off. I mean, yeah, I pulled off Season 5, but that was a different me already by that point. I mean, I was Season 5 me versus Season 9 me. Very different. For when I was much more mentally stable in Season 5. But, I mean, I was older. I was more mature, ready to move on, and the odds of doing something like that just seemed unfathomable. But I wanted to one-up myself, and so pretty early on I decided on, yeah, we're going to do 350 episodes of Season 10. And I wasn't super public about it at first. I mean, I think I hinted at it. I think somewhere in the first 100 days I revealed the intention. But yeah, I mean, that milestone was picked out long, long ago because I thought it was, to me, and it still stands, that it's the best possible stopping point for the overall series. There's just no better spot to say, yeah, let's leave it here. And I'm super happy about that we're gonna get there. I mean, there were some times when I wasn't sure I was gonna get there, but I mean, now if we're not on pace to make it there on July 22nd, I can promise you there's gonna be a season extension. We are going to see episode 1000. It's gonna happen. Episode 350 of season 10 will definitely be the finale. And I mean, I've talked about it before a little bit, and I guess this kind of gives me a good chance since I'm on my own today and I can ramble on about it. I'm pretty firm this time with Season 10 being the last. Season 5, I think in the closing episodes, probably about this far from the end, there is a definite change that I realized, especially with Logan and Dom's interest in something new, was that Season 5 wasn't going to be the last, and my YouTube gig would not be up with the end of Season 5, like it was originally planned. I was going to I mean, the original plan was for me to quit YouTube and Titancraft after Season 5. And I mean, that was a plan. Glad we didn't stick to it all, but I mean, looking ahead and looking forward, God, Smite whispering me is just throwing me off. Damn it, Smite. God, what was I gonna say now? No reasoning? Okay, whatever. Completely lost my train of thought because of Smite, and I don't want to go look at the recording. I'm thinking for a second here, though. Where were we? A lot of things. Oh, Smite, why you throw me off? You just completely ruined my vibe. Oh yeah, I mean, with the finale of the series, like, we're gonna get there. I don't lack faith in that anymore. I truly think we're gonna get to the finishing point. Oh, and yeah, now I remember. So with the concrete thing with ending, I just don't see it being very likely right now that we jump right into something new. Like, in terms of a big, extravagant YouTube project that would become Season 11 that would immediately break our promise this time. Because I think, unlike last time, I'm ready to move on this time. That was the big problem at the end of Season 5, is that ultimately I wasn't as ready to move on as I first thought I was. I thought when we were planning Season 5 out in early 2017, I thought, okay, by the middle of 2018, I have to be ready to move on and be done with this, right? And the reality was, I mean, between Logan and Dom wanting to bring it back for another season almost right away after Season 5, and my own lack of commitment to that plan, that's what got us back into it. And so I think a lot of people have kind of maybe thought along the way, because I mean, nobody's like said it to my face, but I've gotten from tones that I think a lot of people are like, well, he did it once, he'll probably do it again. And that's why this time I didn't promise I'm quitting YouTube, because I'm probably going to continue with YouTube stuff for a while. But the Titancraft series, I am this time pretty firm that I want to close the door. The only exception I'm gonna make, and I guess I might as well say this publicly because I guess somebody's gonna use it against me in the future. I know, but there's a decent chance that at some point a season 11 like reunion season could happen. Like, and I want to make this like clear, reunion, like something far away, not like okay, we're gonna have a reunion season after like 6 months or a year or two. Like, it'd be a long ways in the future if we're all still playing Minecraft and we want to try something like that to give it another run after a long time. But I want season 10 to remain the finale. And so even that doesn't seem very likely. I think leaving it where it is, besides like being the best option, is still the most likely option too. So don't get your hopes up for anything big to come after in terms of like a season 11. We have plans for Titancraft and Titancraft driven projects, and you'll see some of those pretty soon. I mean, I can't put an ETA on it because right now I can't put an ETA on exactly when season 10's ending. I want season 10 to end on time. I don't think at this point the odds of it are around 50-50, I feel like. I probably shouldn't say that too publicly, but yeah, I'm very unsure about when season 10's actually going to end at the moment. Less sure than I was a long time ago. And so, I guess with that in mind, that kind of leaves us in this little bit of an awkward position, I guess, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there. No. And okay, I should actually like mention I've been spending like the last 3 episodes taking a podcast that was rambling on chatting about life, and I've never really clarified how big of an area I want to flatten. Like that post right there is like the center of like a 100, I think it's like 150 block radius on all sides I need cleared out, or maybe it's 150 blocks total across. I think 75 block radius might be accurate. I don't think it's that big. Gotta verify that. I just know I had to clear out a ridiculously big area. Oh, and they're starting to drop like flies. But yeah, I mean, I think one of the big things I would like to do on the channel yet, at some point in some way or another, is some sort of single Minecraft endeavor. I mean, everything I've ever tried on this channel for single-player Minecraft has flopped. Not necessarily because of bad YouTube performance. Some of my single-player Let's Plays have actually, by viewership metrics, been my most successful series. The problem is I have an incredibly hard time putting up with single-player personally. I get really bored, I get really lonely, I have a tough time committing to single-player projects, which is why I tend to not do them. And so with that in mind, I would still like to have at least one single-player playthrough that I complete. And so I don't want to promise anything with that. And maybe it's a bad idea that I even speak out about it publicly. But I still think it's something I want to do. And again, while I can't just like slap a date on it, like right now, like say like August 5th, we're gonna launch a great new series or something. Like, no, I can't do that. For one, I'm not gonna spoil it. B, I don't know. And I don't want to commit to anything that I can't keep. So that's kind of the big deal. Is I don't know when, but at some point I would like to do that. And maybe it will never happen. Maybe my hope just won't be a reality. But once season 10 is over, that really kind of frees up some space on the channel to try some shorter projects and a bit more experimental stuff. And I mean, I think for future SMP type style stuff, we're gonna mainly live stream it. I don't think full-length SMP Let's Plays are really gonna be on my docket, but we'll see. I have a couple of Let's Play ideas. Okay, I mean a couple of serious Let's Play ideas. I should rephrase it. I always have a lot of Let's Play ideas. I mean, God. When it comes to coming up with ideas, that's never my problem. It's how do I want to bring these ideas to life and commit to them? And that's where I struggle a lot of the time. And so I definitely have plenty of ideas. Will I get to making them all happen? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's probably pretty close to where I want to leave it for today. We made some progress, I guess, making the plains flatter and bigger. Maybe next time maybe in the next episode we'll work on bridging over the river, because that's the one thing I hate. I was originally, when the base was going to be smaller, it wasn't going to be a problem, but I'm going to have to flatten over the river here and reroute the river. So that's kind of a thing I didn't want to do, but it's just going to have to happen. Well, it's whatever. We'll deal with it when the time comes to actually do the rerouting step. But for now, I'm going to wrap it up before it gets any longer today. So thank you so much for joining me. It's weird to say, the next time I record, I might be done with high school. We'll see. Can't make that a promise or anything yet. But if all goes well, the next time you hear from me on YouTube, my high school experience will be over, and I'll be free to actually, like, breathe and be myself and not be trapped in suffering. So, that's awesome. That's kind of a Pogger moment. But, anyways, on the note, have yourselves a great day. This has been Titanic, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Titancraft Season 10. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Bye-bye.